Hi guys, so welcome to another video of my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to see not how I'm making the one you see in the cover image, but in this video what I'm going to do is I'm going to show the concept behind mapping. Usually, for example, let's say so before going into video, if you don't subscribe, please do the subscribe, and you can write me in Instagram to get this file, the Grasshopper file I'm working on, for free by writing me in the Instagram of this channel, and the link is in the description. So let's say this is the surface and there is another surface where we have the pattern blah blah blah, and I want this pattern to be morphed in this surface which is not planar, just like fluid and the surface. So usually people use morphing, like you take the surface and you bend the surface into the shape of the parametric or the fluid surface. That is one way of doing. But if you see here, let's say if you see there is an hexagon over here, the pattern. So this hexagon can be created by 6 points. So if I'm able to morph this, map this 6 point with the same hexagonal shape, then I can also create the same hexagon here. So that's what we are going to do today. There is 2-3 ways of doing it. I'll just show 2 ways of mapping it. For that, I just need okay, I'll just use a line for now. So I'm just making the start point as the origin, that is 0, 0, 0. What happened? Sorry, 0, 0, 0. Yeah, and I create a line. And now if you see here, there is no point I can edit. I can only edit the start and end, which I don't need. So I'm going to rebuild the curve which I created. Say I need 10 points in between the curve, or I'm going to increase the point count into 10. And now what I can do is I can play with it. So this is the basic concept. No, sorry. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this tricolor thing is called gumball, and when you move it pressing Alt, sorry, it's loaded. When you move the arrow, the arrow makes the object to move in different axes, the 3 axes, and when you press Alt it will create a copy. I'm just moving here. So what I'm going to do is I'm a little lazy to create the curve in the Grasshopper, so I created something like that where I can adjust, but at the same time I want a surface between these 2 curves. Either I can create a loft, or there is another command which I use not often, but sometimes that command is really cool. I'll just show you what is that. To create a surface, it is called ruled surface. So it creates a surface between 2 curves. You can also loft it if you want, but comparatively to loft, this takes very fast time, very quick time of computation for creating the surface. So I use this one, and now I can adjust however I want. So that's not our goal. Our goal is to create some Voronoi or some hexagon. Let's create a Voronoi, why not? For that, let's create, how do I say, 80 is too less. Yeah, the rectangle, let's say, for 5,000. So yeah, but I think this is okay, but I'll just reduce this. Okay, so now I'm going to use a Voronoi, which is an inbuilt component of Grasshopper. So it creates Voronoi on the region which you provide. So you can see it asks for point. So you don't have points. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use populate 2D. There is a lot of options, populate 2D, 3D geometry, but this one will provide you with random points in the region which you specify, and you can also specify the number of points you want in that region. So it's 50 right now. You can go to 100, and as you see, the number slider is ended with 100 because its domain is 0 to 100. Just double click it and play with however you want here. It's like you just customize based on your needs by double clicking the number slider. And if you don't like the pattern or the points position, you can just shuffle it a little bit, so it will give you different combinations, like different options, different combinations, blah blah blah. So let's put the point here, and let's say like the Voronoi is created with the point as the force, but I just want like to create a region boundary, so it get trimmed off in the boundary, and the radius is like it fillets the edge, but which is not necessary right now. As I said before, all the Voronoi, it's a polyline, so when I explode it, you can see here, so I can explode it. It has a segment of 7, 4, like different based on the point. So it is like 1, 2, 3, some random points, like one Voronoi shell is became like a one single branch. Sorry. You can take the points over here. So 7 points means like it is the point of a single Voronoi. So the same way, each Voronoi is created like it's been segregated in a different branch with the number of points it consists of. Okay. So what I'm going to do is like I'm going to evaluate this point. Like I'm going to map this point into this surface. So usually a surface has a domain, like a UV domain. Okay, let's say like if this is a surface and its length is 60, so the U domain is like 0 to 60, and if it's 40 a length, so it's like from 0 to 40. So like if it's a 3, then it goes to 0 to how much ever you want. So it's like U, V, W. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reparameterize here. So this reparameterize makes it like, for example, in this point, if I say I want like a point here, what I need to do is like it's like from this U domain, it's like it's around like it's like 0 to 10. So this section is like 0 to 10. Okay, 0 to 10 and like 0 to 60. If I like reparameter, the 0 to 60 becomes 0 to 1. So it reduces in a way that like 0 to 60. So instead of 0 to 10, you just need to give a value between, like for example, if you give 0 to 5, which is equal to 0 to 30, because in 60 offers 30. So in this way, like when you work with 0 to 1, it is more convenient to customize it in a way. So what I'm going to do is like whatever number like it has, like I'm going to make this vertex to 0 to 1. Like I'm going to change the value in a proportion way, so everything comes under 0 to 1. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to deconstruct the point, like that is the x, y, z, you know. I'm going to deconstruct the point. It says like x, y, because we don't have a z value at the moment. So what I'm going to do is like let's take the x and let's create a bound. So bound is nothing but like I'm just going to flatten. So for example, if a list of value is there, bound will give you the maximum and minimum of the entire list. So when I flatten it, like every numbers became like in a single list, and it's going to give me a 2 value. So all the value inside this x component is going to be between 0 to 1561. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remap the numbers. So this is the number we are going to use it, and this is the range where the numbers are being placed, and target by default is 0 to 1. So if you want, you can either give it by a panel like 0 to 1, or else you can use construct domain where you can give the start value as 0 and end value as 1. So by this way you can, like if the value is fixed, you just give it like target set domain, you can go inside the component and you can specify the value. But if you want to change the value like whenever you want, so like you can use this kind of component. You have like options. The same way I'm going to do it for y-axis, like sorry, y value. Now with this value, because now all the value, if you see here, like all the value is been remapped, like the number is changed to 0 to 1. So I'm going to create a point again, x, y, z. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create x, y, z. So now, for example, if I say it's 0.5 here, wait a sec. Sorry, I need like a empty slider, like I need a u and v value because it's a surface. I thought it's a curve, because in a curve it works. So you can see here, like if it's like 0 to 0, you can see it will be in this corner, and if you see like it's 0 to 1, because it's been reparameterized. So this is how like the value changes, like 0 to 0, like 0 to 1, this is 0 to 0, 0 to 1, 1 and 1, this is 0 to 0, sorry, 1 and 0. So like as I said before, like this one becomes 1, like 0 to 1, this one becomes 0 to 1, so something like that, if I'm not wrong. So you can see here, this is 0. So in this empty slider, this becomes 0 and this becomes 1. So that's how the works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the empty slider for now, and I'm going to invert the point here. So you can see the point, like the random points it's been created. I don't know, let's see whether it works. I hope it works, because this is like a pretty long time. Yeah, it actually works, but the size looks so funny. So what I can do is I can just change the value. Okay, let's say like, okay, I'm just changing the value, like the length, so it's like it's been mapped in a way. You get the curves. So you got the Voronoi pattern. It doesn't matter which surface you blend. For example, let's say like I create a surface like this, because all surface has been remapped to, I'm going to rebuild so that surface as well. It's like F10, wait, okay, because my recording is also on, so I'll just use point on, because like my recording is also on. The command for the point on is reducing the point, so let's say like 5 by 5 for now. Okay, this looks not bad, I hope. Maybe I think you can create something better. So but for now it's not like it's not a planar one, so I want something like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a surface over here, component, and I'm going to input this surface to this. You can see like it doesn't matter whichever like surface you create, like because all surfaces domain is going to be 0 to 1, and we are not working with the length or height. We are working with the basic point, because the point has been reworked on 0 to 1, so we are just using like basic max over here. So this is one way of doing, which is cool, right? So there's another way of doing, it's the same concept, but like I can also do in another way. What I can do is, instead of like making a rectangle to this size and then reducing to 0 to 1 over here, I can create a rectangle with the size of 0 to 1. So you can see here 0 to 1, just zoom the rectangle, you see it's a very small tiny rectangle. And what I can do is I can take the same setting here like the region and the point. So the boundary, so you get the Voronoi over here. It's very small, you see, but here you can just explore it. Like you can see the vertex over here is already in 0 to 1 because the rectangle, the curve we created, the pattern we created is inside the domain 0 to 1. Here we create some random rectangle, then we convert the point into, like we compress the point towards 0 to 1. That's the difference, you know. So now I'm just going to connect this vertex here. Let's see. Okay, why it is not visible? Okay, sorry. Okay, let's see. Okay, ta-da! So it doesn't matter which way you are using, like you can increase the point, or you can change up to x again. So you can change whatever pattern you want. You can manually draw some curves. So I'm just morphing like the values of the point. So I'm not like the new, like I'm just mapping the point with the base of u and v. I hope it looks cool to see because I like it. So those are like maybe maximum I just used like how many, like 1 2 3 4 5, like maximum I would have used like 20 components to create something like this. So you can play with it, like you can create your own unique shape and you can work with it. You can see here you have the hexagon pattern, like to the shape what you want. It looks cool for me. I don't know whether it looks cool for you guys. So, and then you just need to work on it with the surface. Like you can either, like what you can do is like you can either like trim surface. There's a command called split surface or something. I don't know, man. Like there was a command. I forgot the name of it. You can split it or like, yeah, surface split. Sorry. So what you can do is like you just flatten this. Everything is closed. So when you make true, it becomes a closed curve, which is cool. Now I prefer to flatten it. Let's see. I don't know. It takes some pretty much big time, but I usually don't prefer you to do this. Like I'm just showing like how can you proceed later, but because in this, what is the problem here? Like you can see it becomes like a trimmed surface. Then you need to do is like if surface is trimmed, shrink trimmed surface, this you can do it to reduce, but it is always better to create a surface with the curves, not as a trimmed surface, you know. Like trimmed surface is always a problem when you do like a lot of things, it won't work. So it is always better to create like a untrimmed surface. So I will just show you in the next video like how can we create, like what are the difference between trimmed and untrimmed surface. So as I said before, I'm trying to post some videos regularly, like on Monday, Wednesday, Friday if I'm not wrong. Sunday I don't know, like a short videos to make you to understand the concept in a simple way. I hope this video was helpful for you. Let me know in your comments in the comment section, like if I need to change anything, or like if you need any other building to be recreated, or like if you have any other topic to be covered, let me know. So don't forget to press the subscribe button. See you in the next video. Bye bye. Have a good day.